1.
Are you ready?
Go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Floyd, how you doing this Friday?
I'm here.
Wow, I don't know how to break it to you. It's good news.
Oh, gold and silver went down again?
It's good news and it's better news.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it good news for you and bad news for me?
I don't know, maybe. Gold has peaked over $2,600, the highest it's ever been.
That's not good news for me.
That's good news.
Not for me.
Everybody holding gold.
Yeah, for what you're holding, but not for what you're buying.
No, for anybody holding gold.
I said for what you're holding, but not if you're buying.
Silver is over $31 an ounce.
Okay. That's not a new high.
It's not a new high. It's
No.
not up to, it's reached 50 a couple of times.
Right.
But my thought is,
Sure.
with gold being at a never before seen high,
Yep.
what do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I think I don't buy much gold now, and I'll buy even less because it may never maintain that or hit it again. So it could very easily be a losing proposition.
Well, I don't think a lot of people are going to
Well,
agree with you on that.
They may not, but hey, I'm a nickel and dimer, so this is how I look at it. Is it going to give me a result? I think the odds are against me.
I don't think we're going to see gold stay at this level. I think
don't
it's
either.
going to. I think it's going to continue to rise.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do. I think it's going to.
See, that's not normal for an election year.
I mean, we're knocking on the. We're not knocking on the door, but we're like a couple doors away from knocking on the door at $3,000 an ounce.
But it's always been in the past, election year, everything got cheaper because they were both trying to convince you how much better they were for the country.
But the sentiment right now towards gold is positive. More people are interested in buying who can afford it.
Yep. Well,
And the people who can are selling a little bit, maybe trading it for silver
Okay.
or paying their bills with the money.
I call it deflation, but your dollar's getting to be worth less.
I think that is some type of
That's
deflation.
part of the reason why gold is more, because it takes more of them to buy it. And more people are looking and going, wait a minute. If I'd have took that same $1,000 that I put in the bank that's now worth $500 and bought gold, it'd be worth
A lot more.
a whole lot more than what it is.
Yeah.
You know, more and more people are like, that's what I'm trying to educate my kids and other youngsters about. It is a positive direction, but it's not overnight.
And it's not a straight line.
No,
It's
and it's not a straight line, and it's not overnight. I'm not going to tell you that I can come in here and buy you an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold, and next week you're going to make money. But 10 years from now, it'll be worth more, and your dollar's going to be worth less.
What do you got to say to all the people out there who can't afford to buy gold? What do you recommend?
Silver, like I do.
You still recommend silver?
Like I do. Keep it in something you can afford.
So Floyd prefers
Because-
silver, huh?
Well, no, I don't prefer. Economically, I do. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm asking if
Okay.
a person can afford to purchase gold, what's your recommendation? Should they buy it?
They should buy smaller amounts if they can at all afford that. But otherwise, if you can't afford it at all, at least put money in silver because it's going up too.
Okay, silver is over 31.
Right. Silver kind of floats. It goes up and it goes down. It never goes quite down to what it was, at least that I paid attention to. But it goes a little down, goes back up, and overall, it's a slower money maker. It's kind of like what I was always told when I was buying them CDs, chicken money. Okay, it don't make a lot, but it does make.
No, I've seen people buy silver and literally lose money on silver. Why does that happen?
Because they get stupid. To make it plain and simple.
I don't know. Can you call people that name?
I have. My
I
brother.
mean, is that politically correct?
I don't care. My brother's father-in-law bought gold and silver.
Let's hear this
He
story.
cashed in, I don't know how it happened, but he come into a sum of money. So he bought gold and silver, okay? Well, that was great. Well, then all of a sudden it took a dip and he panicked and he sold it all, lost his butt. I said, do you do that with the stock market? No, because it'll come back. Well, so will gold and silver. It's not an overnight moneymaker. It's long term.
Do you remember about where gold was when he sold it? Just out of
I
curiosity.
have no idea because
What year was it?
I don't know. I don't really know the man. I may have met him once or twice.
About what year was it, maybe?
Yeah, maybe 15 years or so ago.
15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, in that era.
So let's say it was 20 years ago,
Okay.
2004.
Yep,
Gold was less than $400 an ounce.
I know that.
How did he really lose?
Because, well, okay, maybe it wasn't that long, but I mean, he bought a bunch of it. You know, like he come into 100 grand or thereabouts and decided that that's when the banks were, paper money was starting to slow down on interest. Okay, and the stock market was in one of their, what do you want to call them, slides or whatever.
Well, that was probably about 07.
Okay, the
and
stock
08.
market really wasn't making money, and he was listening to, you know, and I was actually just starting in the coins, but it's like, no, I make money. I don't make it overnight, but I'm ahead of what I've invested by setting and waiting, you know, and that comes you and the other two coin dealers, which I won't mention their names, that I deal with in this area. They're a lot smaller, but they all have taught me over the years it's a long-term investment. However, unlike stocks, it's an investment you have in your hand. If I need money today, I can go into my safe, or at that time my dresser drawer, and pick out some silver or some gold and go to the local coin stealer and stealer. Yeah. Whoa, slip of the tongue. Don't cut that.
I won't.
But I could cash it in and get cash. Where if it's the stock market, it's going to take you some time to
Yeah, a few
turn
days.
it into cash. Well, in the meantime, it may be going lower, but it's not instant cash. Precious metals are, and it took me a long time to learn that, but it's like, okay, I can take this, okay, if I buy this today, okay, you know, I'm not putting okay, you know, if I buy this today, in 6 months, if I decide I need cash, I can walk in here and say, Keith, how much will you give me for this? Okay, if it's a stock, it's going to take a few days to get a hold of the broker to do this, to do that, to get money. Well, if I need it instantly, like when my daughter had her issue, I walked in here and said, here, I need this much cash.
Question real quick. For all the new people entering into the silver or gold market, are there any pointers, any hints you can help them out with?
Keep it keep it to what you can afford. Okay? Don't be like the customer that says, I'm a nickel and dimer. You know, you come in here and buy $4,000 or $5,000 worth this week and come back next week and sell it because you didn't make any money. Keep it to what you can afford. If you buy it and put it away, you're not breaking back into it next week.
So basically, you're talking about just steady build.
Steady
with
build,
what you can
yes.
afford.
And you and the other two guys I deal with locally have tried, and I think they finally convinced me that it is a longer term. Stock market's
Finally?
a long term. Yeah, stock market's a long term, but stock market's not instant cash when you need it.
They finally convinced you?
Yes, you know, like I said, when my daughter run into that issue, I come in
That
here and
helps.
sold you some silver.
That
Here,
helps.
got her out of trouble. If it had been stocks, by the time she got around to saying, gee, Dad, I think I need some help, it could have been a whole lot more serious.
So Floyd, you give new stackers a little bit of pointers here. Is there anything else you want to add or say to the basic topic of gold being as high and silver
I've
being
been
as high?
serious a lot longer than I have one time in my life. So it's probably just time to cut it before we ain't serious anymore. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I warned you in the parking lot.
You warned
I have
me.
something for you that,
So we're not cutting it.
no, we're not cutting it. I have something for you that one of the other guys I deal with, and I won't mention names, asked me to give them to you, and I forgot them last week. So here they are, okay? And for those of you that, you know, you can't read real well on this camera, they're actually matches. But
Oh,
it
wow.
says Boyer, okay? And the
Oh,
man
wow.
wanted to know
Fire
if I still,
truck.
yeah, they sell fire apparatus evidently, but they wanted to know if
Are
I
they
still
full?
seen you. Yes, they're full.
And they're going to stay full all
Yes.
my life. Look at
But here,
that.
would you please take these to Keith?
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So, you know, like I said,
I like collecting stuff with my name on it. I got like
who don't?
I got a coffee cup and some other
Yeah,
stuff
who don't?
from
Here, but
what is it? Not Jimmy John's. It's that other Taco John's.
Taco John's?
Yeah,
Okay.
they serve Boyer coffee, and then I
It's,
the Boyer Marmello cups. I took the cups out and threw them away. I ate them before they're no good.
everybody seems to like to hang on to stuff that's got their name on it. I've got a tin in my kitchen I've had for probably close to 30 years now that somebody gave me one day that says Wilbur chocolate. It still sits in my kitchen.
So, is there anything you want to talk to the folks about? Any hints or pointers you can give them to the new stacking that's new to gold or silver, either?
Like I said, keep it where you can afford it. Keep it to where it actually has to be a real emergency before you start cashing it in. Not like, well, I want to stop and get a bag of chips and a pop, and I'm going to have to sell one of these to do it. Bye. I can't be serious any longer.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.